What's up, guys? So I'm coming here today with the what's next on Erickson Lubin, the former world title challenger. He main evented a Showtime card last weekend on September 19th when he took on Terrell Gaucher. He ended up scoring the biggest win of his career so far as he cleanly kind of stayed away and outboxed Gaucher. To me, it was more like a workmanlike decision. I mean, yeah, he controlled the action and everything, he boxed, but I felt he could have been more aggressive. I didn't really think Gaucher was too big of a threat, even though he did catch Lubin once and stunned him at the end of a round. But I really thought Lubin could have done more, and possibly even stopped Gaucher, but beat him more, been more dominant. And he decided to, I don't know if cruise is the right word, but I think he was just trying to get out of there with the win, and he got that. Don't get me wrong, he outworked him and he outdid him, he deserved it, but I just wasn't, in a fight of that magnitude, crossroads fight, you want to be dominant because you're guaranteeing yourself a shot at a world title anyways, so why look kind of, not weak, but why turn in a subpar performance? Because, as I said, it's going to be tough on him next. So that's the question now. What's next for Erickson Lubin? Well, he's guaranteed a title shot next. He's the WBC's mandatory #1 contender, which is held by Jermell Charlo, who just won last night. He unified all the belts. So does he get a crack at Charlo? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know if Charlo is hell-bent on holding on to all three belts. I'm pretty sure he's going to have an IBF mandatory due as well. The WBA super title, he can pretty much do what he wants with. So he's either going to make his WBC mandatory against Lubin in a rematch, or he's going to face whoever his IBF mandatory is. I still think the IBF is in the process of deciding their mandatory, and it's probably going to be between Jarrett Hurd and the undefeated Russian that's sitting at the top of the rankings right now. And it's really up to Charlo who he deems to be the bigger threat. He did knock Lubin out in one round a few years ago, back in 2016-17 in that area, to retain the world title. So will he go for that again? I still think Lubin is dangerous and could beat Charlo if he doesn't get caught, he kind of walked into that punch. He was 22 and very young when that happened. So it's going to be interesting to see. Other than that, I believe if Charlo gives up the WBC belt, then he's going to fight for the vacant belt. We don't know against who exactly yet. Depends on who the WBC deems to be their #2 guy. So we'll see. But Lubin should be getting a title shot next, and he might be getting a crack at redemption and at more belts, because Charlo is probably at least going to have 2 titles if he decides to take on Lubin in a rematch next. So got to see what happens, but that's the what's next on Erickson Lubin, the former world title challenger. I hope you guys enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.